So the thing about Old Republic that makes us a little different from the other warranty companies, we don't market to the public. And that's how we're able to keep our costs lower than some companies for our coverages. We only market to our realtors. So the orders have to go through a real estate agent. So you can still get a home warranty if you're not going through a closing transaction from an agent referral.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Excellence Podcast. I have a first time on the podcast. Not only is this the first time she's ever been on a podcast, but this is the first time I've ever had a home warranty company, a home protection service in the studio. So we're going to learn about that and why you should be including that in your business. Or if you're obviously a homeowner or buyer, why you should have a home warranty. She's been in the business roughly 15 years, if her LinkedIn is up correctly. She is everywhere when it comes to marketing, which is something else I want to talk to her about because we obviously market to the same people, our real estate agent referral friends. She has a mechanical engineering degree from North Carolina State University. I look forward to learning more about the home warranties, their value, and her mindset when it comes to marketing as we both market to those same resources. Let's welcome the very popular Angela Wilson to the show of Old Republic Home Protection. I didn't put that in there. Welcome,
Thank you.
Angela.
Thank you, Tracy.
And actually, I'm going to put so everyone puts that, see that's on there, the Old Republic Home Protection, at least for a few minutes there anyway. I'm glad you came on because I think, when it comes to the home warranty and also, the marketing side, the stuff, we want to learn about the home warranty, why agents should be putting it, some agents have it as part of their presentation, I guess.
Yeah.
So you'll probably give me more details on that. But also, when it comes to, like I said, we're after the same fish, so to speak, for two different reasons.
Yes.
And, on how you're doing, your mindset of marketing. There might be loan officers listening to this or, other support vendors, as I call it, to our real estate agent friends, our referral partners. So interested in your mindset and how you develop that. So, but let's start, as I start off every show, where are you from?
Oh, well, first of all, thank you for having me, Tracy. I'm from Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Went to graduate high school, went on to North Carolina State University, and that's where I have.
I have to ask you, my wife's cousin, well, both her two cousins, actually, Brian and Kelly. I think Brian's a couple of years older. Both of them mechanical engineers from North Carolina State. Kelly graduated in 95. Okay. I saw the North Carolina State and I immediately went into his LinkedIn and said, when did he graduate? I actually text message. He hasn't responded to me yet to see if you guys even crossed paths in a class or something.
Yeah. Well, I graduated December 94.
So I don't think he could have been far behind you. And then when it comes to engineering, they're generally, it's not like a business major. You don't have hundreds of people in your class.
It is not. Lots of lab hours as well.
Yeah.
Lots of time and energy went into that degree.
What was your thought at that age, 18, 19, 20 years old, 22, 21, 22 graduating? What your vision, what did you want to do at that time?
Well, I think it's always difficult that age to really, tell what you want to do in life. I was always a strong science and math person in high school. So I would go to state and take some of my high school classes. So I went on with a degree in mechanical engineer, and I also went on scholarship. So when someone's paying you on an academic scholarship, I was at the point that I didn't want to switch and I didn't leave the major. But yeah, so I just was real strong in math and science.
So, did you have, family members that were, engineers, or was just the math and science?
No, it was just the math and science. Yes. And then once you get in those degrees, you get to a certain point, there's no switching. When when I found out, I was like, this is not what I want to do. There was no switching back after all that math and science and those labs. So yeah.
But I have found through, my life, I have found, engineers or, obviously there's a different mindset. We deal with them in the loan world. The agents deal with them in the sales world. They're typically very analytical, but, everything's very structured and very, detailed. They want that spreadsheet that's telling them every type of thing, but that also allows them to do a lot of other things like project management because of their detail orientation and so forth. So, having an engineering degree and not technically using it like you are still, to me, shows obviously your skill set.
Yes. Yeah. It was interesting. My first job out of college was programming insurance software.
Okay.
So I spent a little time programming. And then I realized that this was not for me.
What was it? The sitting behind the computer?
The cubicle, that god awful cubicle.
Yeah.
Yes, it was not something I wanted to continue. So I got out quickly.
Yeah. I had some of those experiences too. When I got out and found an initial sales job, and then a friend of mine that I was working with, his father was actually a lobbyist, and he knew this. It was a Taiwanese company coming into South Carolina who was opening up basically a polyester fiber plant in little, it was Lake City, South Carolina. I think it was just south of Florence. Anyway, I went there, and you're working in this plant. So, it's a factory basically. And I grew up on Cape Cod. My first job was sport fishing. I'm out in the air.
Sport fishing.
Yeah. And they actually sent me to Taiwan for a month.
Oh,
so
wow.
Because the plant hadn't actually, at least our section of the plant hadn't actually opened yet, but they wanted obviously me to go there and experience what it was. And it was going to be basically a 24-hour operation, 24/7. And you were running these different shifts and all hours, whatever it was. And so we went over to Taiwan to actually do what we were supposed to be eventually going to be doing. And I quickly realized, this is, being inside, working that shift, God bless those people that do it in areas, but
sure.
I just had too much of the outside to, being able to get out in a little bit of freedom.
Yes. Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
It's tough. So you're graduating though with that mechanical engineering degree, but you realize I imagine you guys probably did some sort of internship type things, went over and saw what mechanical engineers actually are doing on a daily basis.
I didn't. And I guess that's where I went wrong. I should have done a few more internships or some internships.
Well, you must, the labs and so forth. 'Cause I would imagine you're sort of is this what I don't really want.
Well, again, I knew third year that this was not the degree for me. And at that point it was no turning back. It was no turning back. And I'm like, okay, so I like marketing. Let's go into marketing. But it wasn't going to happen after that point.
Do you want to keep put another couple of years in school?
Yeah, that's right.
Those credits you weren't getting already and ones that it would work.
I was going full-time spring, summer, fall. And 4.5 years I got out of there.
So I'm studying your LinkedIn, and I see you actually started with 210.
Yes.
Initially.
Yeah.
So what led you into that? And tell us about that.
So when I realized that this programming insurance software wasn't for me, I got my real estate license. And this was in Columbia, South Carolina. And so I sold real estate with a builder, Don Galloway Homes in Columbia, South Carolina. And I had a 210 representative that would always call because 210 offered that builder's product up in South Carolina. He would come by and always visit me because they were offering the warranty to the builder.
Right.
And this gentleman, Charles Sinclair, everybody knew Charles, but he would come in and he's like, Angela, I'm getting ready to retire. And he'd been with them 16 years. And he says, I think you would be perfect for this job. You should interview. And so I interviewed and took over Charles' territory. And so
so he took you away from selling the houses.
Yes, he did. But it was a great experience. I worked with builders because they have a new home construction product up there. So I was calling them builders and then a resale market, and did that for about 4 or 5 years.
So, and I imagine what you're doing today is not too much. Has the actual presentation or delivery of the account representative changed really over the last 25 years?
Well, it has after COVID. I mean, everything has, but
right. But the same thing of just getting out.
Yeah, just building those relationships. Just it's strictly a relationship business, and just making sure that you've got those relationships, that your customer, your realtor, or your affiliate they trust you, and you've got.
Do you? And this is digging into a little bit of the marketing piece anyway, not to really separate it out, because I think it's intertwined with what you do, because it is what you do, Margie, that not only you want to stay top of mind as Angela with Old Republic, or in this case, 210 when you first started, but also the fact that it's not a product that is required to close. Like, they, unless they're paying cash, they need a loan. So they have to talk to a loan officer. Yeah. Right? That's given, or an insurance company to get your standard homeowners insurance policy. That the importance of you staying top of mind of your referral partners consistently, regularly is like the cornerstone of what you do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what I do.
Yeah. So when you're starting with 210, you're talking about the builder account. Did you actually had to go to each individual site agent like you were working with the builder, or actually you were working with the builder itself from a corporate office standpoint?
Yeah, on our larger accounts, we would visit their actual sites. We'd go to their sites, their sales sites. Smaller accounts, not so much. Again, it was just being part of the organizations, like the builders organizations, and just having that presence top of mind. But it was, I had the resale market as well. So I still continued to visit like my Russell and Jeff Coat. I will never forget that, my top real estate company office in Columbia. But it was just being there, educating the agents or builders on the benefits of the warranty. And
So this actually treads us right into one of the things is warranties on new construction, because obviously everything's new already. The appliances, whatever, they already have their warranties. What is the benefit? Are all the builders doing it now? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know what the marketplace is, for that as far as the builder's concerned. Why would a new construction home builder want in that case 210, but now Old Republic? What is that warranty adding to what is kind of already on the house already?
Workmanship, materials, structural. And with the Old Republic, we don't have that builder's warranty. We're strictly a resale warranty. We do offer warranties for new construction as far as like years 2 through 5 or 1 through 4 on systems and appliances. But that 210 warranty was just specifically for like structural defects or workmanship. Yeah, that's how they got their name, 210. It was 2 years workmanship and materials, 10-year structural warranty.
I see. So they actually specialized.
They specialized in the builder's market.
I see.
Not the resale.
Okay. Now
That's Old
I
Republic.
understand. I learned something today.
Old Republic Home Protection. We're the ones. We're the ones for the resale market.
Okay, so 210 was more for the builder protecting themselves.
Yes.
Kind of like title insurance.
Yes.
Lender's title insurance, I guess. As far as protecting the title and the lender being first. You're actually, where those builders are, typically are, they're coming out and making the repairs in the first year.
Yes.
That's pretty standard. But I guess for anything catastrophically outside some, imagine they had a deductible like any insurance has.
They did.
But if you had some major something bad happen, or that contractor did something really bad where it was going to cost $10,000-$15,000 or more, type of thing, that's where that insurance came in.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct. So
Okay.
it was protection for the builder and for the homeowner. So it's
Well, because it went 2 years, it probably went beyond what the builder was already going to come in and fix after the first year anyway.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. So, but Old Republic, we don't do the side of it.
Right. No, that's just. I'll come up with more questions on that. 'Cause I'm on to get in. But you originally you had your real estate license, but then you quickly kind of led into 210. But I noticed on your LinkedIn, so tell us a little bit, because there's a point there. I don't know if I guess between 2006 and 2018, is that correct? About roughly?
Yes.
You get out of the home warranty area, and there is some you go back into real estate a little bit of that time.
So what happened so I was with 210 for several years up in Columbia, South Carolina, in that area. I was contacted by Old Republic Home Protection, and they wanted me to open up the Northeast market for
Florida.
Northeast Florida.
Okay.
Yes. And there was zero warranty usage in Northeast Florida. So, I was a little hesitant, but they moved me down here. I opened up this market in 99. And I was very successful right off the bat. I mean, Old Republic has a great product, just getting it out there, educating the realtors the benefit. And so business really it took off quick.
Well, that's interesting.
That was in 99.
You opened some new questions, because obviously that's a challenge. You're only you're not even 30 years old at this point, right? Am I correct?
That's right. Yes. Yeah. 28. I think it was 28 when
I come down. And now, of course, you have a market that's thirsting for something they didn't realize they're thirsting for, but they needed it.
Yes.
Because we're going to talk about how to leverage it in a transaction, but you come down. So did you have any challenges? I mean, imagine personally you're looking at this whole thing. How did you, while you're traveling from Columbia to Jacksonville, thinking about how you were going to tackle that?
Yes. I mean, it was a little overwhelming at first, just not knowing Northeast Florida. I'd never lived here, didn't have any experience here. So it was basically just going after key accounts, finding out who those key accounts were. And once you start there, you play off of that because the people that are influencing the market, they can they'll pass your name
Okay, all
along.
right.
That's
Who were some of the people that were influencing the
a
market? Or some of the
Prudential. They're not Prudential anymore. They're Berkshire Hathaway,
right?
but Prudential Network Realty,
Okay.
Linda Shearer.
Okay.
Yes, that's where we started, and I secured that account immediately. And
Mm,
they're large.
right.
Yeah, they still are today under Berkshire Hathaway, but that's where I started. And then you just
Right.
smaller companies kind of follow the lead.
So when you're going into, large organization like that, give us kind of this a little bit of the highlights of the sales pitch that you are giving them, because they're not actually buying it. Well,
Mhm.
maybe they
Yeah,
might
it's an
be if they're
intangible.
buying it.
Right.
If they're buying it for a buyer or something, they may actually come out of their pocket. But what are the added benefits of real estate agents listening to it right now? What were you pitching to them that you're probably still pitching today the
Yeah,
same way,
yeah,
of the benefits of having a home warranty partner?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. My job is really an education process on the
Mm,
benefits of the warranty because there's so many benefits. You look at your buyer. You're protecting your buyer's budget. You're providing them. A lot of folks move in from out of town. They've got the convenience of just reaching out to us through a 800 number or going online to file their
mhm.
service claim. So they got the budget protection, convenience, the peace of mind, knowing that they've got something there. Because statistically, most folks don't have $1,000 sitting in their bank account
Right.
should something go wrong. So it's a peace of mind of having that for your seller. It's a marketing tool for the seller, advertising that, the home's being provided for, with a home warranty. It can also prevent that closing from being postponed or delayed. The refrigerator stops cooling the week of closing or the AC
Mhm.
stops working.
Right.
What's the first thing that, but we're not closing.
Right.
So the warranty it really plays a big role for the seller as well. But the agent, it's their referral business. It's their referral business because we truly represent them after that transaction closes. We notify them when we go out to make service claims.
Wow.
So I tell agents that is such a great touch point with your customer. When you see that we have gone out there and saved your customer $1,500 on their AC, reach out, take credit for offering that home warranty.
Right.
So it's,
No, that actually, because I've had, obviously a lot of top agents on,
uh
and I know most of them do it or want to, maybe all of them do, but a few have obviously brought it up in our
yeah.
conversation of being that concierge. They want to be the go-to person,
Mhm.
especially from these people who are coming from out of town,
Yes.
don't know where the best appliance place to, buy or best service person to get. That the fact that you're reaching out to them and letting them know, hey, we went out on a service call, for that house,
It's
for the house or
huge.
whatever, for them to get, that's a touch point. Good reason to call is, hey, how does the service go? Just want to make sure all go. Do you guys need to get a new, and refer somebody else possibly if they need to replace it, whatever it may be, however that may work, but it makes them the concierge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, they only have so many reasons to reach out to that customer during that, year.
Right.
So I do, and I encourage them to, make sure number one, you're offering the warranty because it could backbreak. If they're not offering the warranty and the AC does break down, who are they going to call for that replacement? Who sold me that house?
Yeah.
So it's protection that you definitely they want to make sure that you're at least offering it to that customer.
Yeah. Imagine you do, especially, imagine at Berkshire Hathaway, when you went in there, you then had to train those agents on how to sell it,
Yes.
or at least how to present it.
Uh-huh. Yes.
What are some things some 2 or 3 things that you want them mentioning, or how they present it, when they
Mhm.
present it? What are some tips that you give them?
Well, if it's for the seller during the listing period, again, just letting the seller know that this is added, that this is protection for you while the home is on the market, while it's listed. It becomes effective immediately, and it provides them protection until it goes to closing. So, Mr. Seller, should your AC stop cooling or your refrigerator stop working, you've got the convenience of an 800 number. So, should we have something go wrong the week of closing, you've got that protection. So it's just presenting it that way to the seller. I tell my agents always, we don't expect you guys to be the home warranty expert. You got a lot on your plate. Let me be that person on your team that's there. So should the seller have any questions after that, like details on coverages or service, I encourage them to reach out to me. So, I have a direct
To be the
local number.
details, to be the fine
Details.
print.
But
Yeah.
yeah, just the agent letting, and whether it's for the seller during the listing period or for the buyer, before the transaction closes, they, again, just presenting it to let them know that this is something that they recommend to protect their budget should something go wrong. And it's coverage that they can upkeep for, we let them renew after the installments.
I'm trying to think of, and maybe this will lead us into the exact things that obviously that is covered. So you're in the selling process. They're listing the home, or maybe now it's under contract, but it hasn't closed yet. And there's some repair issues. I just came up with this question off the top of my head when you were saying
I knew
that.
where you're going with this, Tracy. Go
Good,
for
good.
it.
Yeah, lead me. Yeah. What are some of those repairs that may show up after the home inspection's done, where you might come in and play?
Okay. So, and in a lot of agents, or a lot of questions that I get from agents is, we get that checklist back, and these are the repairs that need to be made.
Mhm.
So the warranty's not designed to do that. Okay. So
I wouldn't think so,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But yeah, so it has to be in good working order at the time that you take out the warranty. Okay. So for the buyer, coverage begins the day of closing. Should the AC stop working the same day or the next day, they still can call us. We dispatch a contractor out there. The contractor makes that determination of, it's his professional opinion. When did this failure occur?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So they can, if he feels like it's something that has not been working for some time, we do have the right to deny it pre-existing. But with that being said, our contractors do not work for us. They're not Old Republic home protection contractors. They
Right.
are the contractors that the realtors have recommended to us. And so what we do at Old Republic, we have a contractor relations department. We work directly, just making sure we've got quality folks out there, of course, insured, bonded, good reviews.
Right.
Should we get a bad review, out they go. But
Mhm.
other than that, they are not working for Old Republic.
Well, I'm back on the seller though. The benefits of the seller is simply because I'm thinking, what does that cost? I imagine it's different, but you're going to protect it for 30, 90 days, depending on how long the house is on under contract. It goes into effect right away because you're not coming out and obviously viewing that air conditioning unit, even though it may be beyond its actual natural life. It's still working.
Yeah, that's all we ask.
Yeah.
That's all we ask.
From that standpoint. So yeah, you're protecting that from the seller standpoint. Like you said, that week before closing, the inspection's already been done. Said the AC was, well, it's old, but it's working. But all of a sudden, the week before, it stops working because obviously when they come back through their final walkthrough, because that's really the next time that buyer is going to be in the home, because the AC's not working.
Call us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Warranties in place. If they've got a warranty in place, they call us.
Come in the service. Yeah. What is that typically? And obviously we're not going to quote, someone may be listening to this 3 years from now. We don't know. It could be 3 days from now. But what kind of expense are we talking about? Ballpark area. Give me a range. Sure. What kind of expense to the seller?
The seller's coverage is only $75.
Oh.
$75. It's not paid until it goes to closing. It's good during the listing period while the agent has the home on the market. So they, typically do a 6-month listing agreement. Should it last longer should it be on the market longer than that, they just notify us and we continue the coverage. But the plan's 6 months, $75 paid closing.
Do you have any agents that are actually, putting that as part of their listing agreement?
Yes, yeah.
It's just, obviously a lot of it's coming out of their pocket and probably in a lot of cases, but obviously they're adding that as a benefit.
Yes.
To protect our, and imagine, and obviously telling them the seller's financial situation. Yeah. To do that.
Well, yes, a lot of agents will use as part of their listing presentation that they provide the warranty for the seller. So it's a great way for them to get that listing as well. Yeah, no, in a competitive market. Yes.
Add value. So you do jump back into real estate there for a period of time. What's going on in Angela's life? There, and that was the late 2000. Because you go back to Old Republic in 18.
Okay. So,
right?
yeah.
So what gets you back into real estate?
Well, so I opened the market in 99, left in 2009. So I had a couple girls, 4 girls. So after my third one, I said, I need to take some time off. So I stayed home with my girls. How long was that? 9 years, 10 years? Yes. And then I decided to go back to work. I was ready to go back to work, and Old Republic wasn't hiring at the time. There'd just been 2 reps prior to me, mother-daughter team, but Old Republic wasn't hiring at the time. And I love the real estate industry. I love real estate. So I went and got my real estate license in Florida. And sold home with Berkshire Hathaway for about a year.
Okay.
And and then Old Republic
So it's
became
calling you?
and then
Are they calling you again, or did you?
then when Old Republic opened, that position opened, they realized I was back and working. So
Okay.
I just slid right back. Came full circle.
You've gotten very, I wouldn't say comfortable. Do you feel this is your wheelhouse? This is you enjoy what you're doing.
I love what I do.
Yeah.
I love what I do.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm successful with it. I love what I do because of the company I work with. Old Republic makes my job easy. You know, they do what they say they're going to do. They back me 100%. They provide us with a wonderful product, a good service, something that I'm happy and feel good about offering.
I often want, obviously, insurances in general, obviously they want to insure a lot of people and hopefully few make claims. That's how they make their money. Because I imagine, again, dabbling a little bit into what you do from a marketing standpoint, there is a lot of, of course, me being, doing a little bit of marketing. I'm not out there. Most of my stuff is obviously phone calls, but occasionally we do sponsor this or that. But you're constantly out there. Yeah. I imagine on Monday morning or right now, you're next week, you've got, of every single event that's going on. I know your friend at Britt at Landmark, everything that they're doing that you can obviously tag in or show up at or whatever. And you're filling your schedule there in that case, because when the agent actually makes the order, are they actually calling you? Are they calling you, or are they just going online? How is that actually done to where you can be out doing what you're supposed to be doing, which is the front face-to-face stuff?
I tell agents they're welcome to call me anytime. So I do have a handful of agents that will call me directly to place the order, or they'll text it to me, or they'll email it to me. But there is an 800 number, or they have a toolbox, their agent toolbox that they can go into. And it's a quick filling out the property address, names of buyers, closing company. We generate the invoice to title and send them a confirmation of the order as well. So it's quick, it's easy, but sometimes they call me direct. And I'm okay with that, because I think any opportunity to speak with them and build that relationship is
100%. I was always in the mortgage world. I always thought, well, should I buy them the calculator and show them how to use it? I'm like, well, if I do that, then they're not calling me going, what's the payment look like?
Yeah.
That could drive you nuts when they're constantly, you got somebody who wants a payment like every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But it is a time to make contact and obviously help them out from that standpoint. So I went on Chat GPT and I said, give me the top 10 complaints about any home warranty company. So I imagine, obviously in your presentation, presenting to new real estate agents, you're giving them some ammo. I imagine you probably have sales flyers, documents that probably actually covers a lot of this. Yeah. But I figured I'm going to drill you a little bit
go for it.
and see what your answers are. And I did not even read these. I cut and pasted it onto my notes here. Denials of claims. Many consumers report that their claims are denied by home warranty companies, even for issues that they believe are covered by the policy.
Yes, that's a very common claim out there. And home warranties do have a bad rap. I mean, they do. But we are different. There's presentations that I do that not all home warranty companies are created equal. We're not all the same. We are the only A+ rated with our Better Business Bureau, which says a lot. So we cover a lot of claims. We cover 98% of our claims. It's just that some companies don't. And so,
in your knowledge of the industry, you've been in it a while, so you probably read jargon about other companies and so forth. I guess I don't understand if you're going to go do something, right? Do it right. Right. Okay. So if you're going to have, knowing that you're going to have people make they're going to make these claims. These things are going to come in. Now, obviously, I don't think anyone expects any insurance company to take on every claim, but also some of those marginal ones are the ones where you win over you can really gain a lot of credibility or a lot of, new referral business or whatever it may be. That the difference between Old Republic, and you said you love working there because they back you up, and I imagine it's because you don't get a lot of these complaints.
Yeah.
They're not coming back to you because they're doing the right thing, at least the best they can. Is it the other companies they just don't have, well, not to say all the other companies, we know there's probably other good warranty, but the ones that get the most of these complaints is because they're just not doing the right thing.
Well, I think it has to do with the company. I mean, we are Old Republic. We're backed by Old Republic International. So we're not one to deny claims quickly. If there are gray areas, we certainly we step up every time, and agents know that. So if we have a claim that was denied because of a gray area, maybe the contractor said, this thing hasn't been working for some time. The AC's been rusted out. And, I get that call from the agent, Angela, what are we going to do about this? We step up, we're able to help out. And that's because.
Or find some win-win situation.
That's right.
Or some mutual.
So it really has to do with the company. And I always tell agents, the home warranty company does represent you when that transaction closes. Make sure you do your homework. Make sure you are looking and do the research on your home warranty company. Because there's a lot of companies out there that don't do what they said they're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. Which leads us into the next complaint: poor customer service. Consumers often complain about poor customer service, including long wait times on the phone, unresponsive reps, and difficulty reaching resolution for their issues.
Yes.
This one you should be able to stop.
Well, again, it's going to have to do, it has to do with the company, your representative.
I'm going to get my glass of water, but keep talking.
Yeah. Go for it. It has to do with your company, your representative. Old Republic is only based in the U.S. You're never going to call us and get dispatched overseas to a service rep that you can hardly understand what's going on.
Right. And is reading off a script.
They're reading a script.
They say this and you say that.
They're reading a script and they're overseas. We don't do that. We're only based in the U.S. And so our call centers are in Charlotte, North Carolina and San Ramon, California. So that relieves a lot of frustration, I think, that customers have if they have to call in and have to deal with that situation.
In your experience, I think both of us experience it in life. Customer service reps that are really good are empowered.
Absolutely.
They're given the ability to solve issues.
Yes.
And not read off the script and keep it away from the manager unless someone screams and yells and hand it to the manager and then they try to figure. But obviously, being empowered to make some level of decisions. Yes. And solve some of these little minor things, like you said, little gray areas.
Yeah, I'm empowered as well as the customer service rep. So we are able to step in and normally make it happen quicker as opposed to later.
Because any good company is going to measure, well, what are the issues that we're getting? Well, we're getting these. Well, okay, we need to let them handle those, majority of them at this level. If it's something that breaks through that, then maybe a manager needs to come in.
Yes.
But that initial frontline customer service rep needs to be able to handle the majority of those little things.
Absolutely right.
Delayed repairs. Some consumers report that it takes a long time for home warranties companies to schedule repairs or replacements, leaving them without necessary appliances and systems for an extended period.
Again, it has to do with the company. I firmly believe in that.
Is there a policy at Republic obviously you have these contractors on an area, they're designated. Imagine you have backups, but so forth. Are they required to respond within a period of time?
Yes, the appointment's supposed to be made, and within the first 48 hours, the homeowner is given the contact to the contractor immediately when they place that service call. Whether they're doing it online, we keep them posted online under their Homeowners Central account, or we give them the number over the phone that they can reach out immediately, or they can wait for the service provider to call to schedule the appointment.
Because you're sending a message out to them, however it's sent to them saying, hey, the Smiths over there on Main Street, they have an AC problem. And they have, of course, now imagine the ticker's going that you require them to touch them in a short period of time.
Yeah. And if it's a situation that the appointment can't be set at the homeowner's request at that time that they want it, we have other options. We can get another contractor out there, or we can offer them the authorization to use their own contractor. So we've got options to get service sooner as opposed to
That's interesting.
later.
So, okay, well, maybe there's that sticker on the AC unit. Is oftentimes by the people who installed it. So people see that in the home and they say, oh, well, this company installed it. Let's call them. Does the customer service rep have that? I imagine these companies obviously being licensed and so forth. You're checking out to see if that company's actually still in business.
Right.
Type of thing. and they're able to do that in a fairly reasonable period of time to say,
Yes.
yes, we'll back them, whatever they.
Well, yeah, so you're required to call in for service first
Right.
of all, and then we'll determine, if they have a contractor that they want to, that they want to use, then we give them the authorization to do it. But we do make sure that they are insured, bonded, and,
Right. Right. You don't have someone's brother-in-law going out there too,
right.
imagine. Hey folks, this episode was produced by Streamline Media, the #1 media company for helping brands generate content that converts. I knew I wanted to start a podcast to reach more people and bring value to the world, but I did not have the time or the knowledge. Streamline Media became my secret weapon to building my show. They handle all my back-end work, production, and strategies to keep my show going strong. If you're in the real estate business and looking to make content that generates more leads and brings in more revenue, check out the Streamline Media link in the show notes and discover how partnering up can supercharge your path to real estate excellence. Inadequate coverage. Some consumers report that their home warranty policies do not provide the coverage they expected, either due to unclear policy language and exclusions were not clearly disclosed.
Well, to make warranties as affordable as they are today, and this is for all home warranties. I mean, we have to have limitations in there. There are limitations, there are exclusions to make them. So for a single family under 5,000 square feet, it's $570 for the year. And that's a full HVAC replacement plan. So you can imagine there are some exclusions and some limitations in the plans. As far as our plans go, we do offer the most coverages at the best price point.
I'm going to step into that to interrupt my process there. Yeah. So they've been living in the home for 14 years. Yeah, 14 years. AC was replaced once. Yeah, the current AC is working and so forth. I want to buy. Can I go buy a home warranty? What are the, I don't say pitfalls, but if I'm just not a sale, I want to buy a home warranty because I know I've been in there 14 years now. And obviously some of the appliances are, reaching that age. Sure. Or some of them are, reaching their age, at least, by manufacturer specs of what they should last. If someone goes by a home warranty, imagine there's a period of time, right? Is there a 30-day period
of time? There's a 30 days. So
kind of like your hurricane coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. If you're not going through a closing transaction, we can still take the warranty. We put it under. So the thing about Old Republic that makes us a little different from the other warranty companies, we don't market to the public. And that's how we're able to keep our cost lower than some companies for our coverages. We only market to our realtors. So the orders have to go through a real estate agent. So you can still get a home warranty if you're not going through a closing transaction from an agent referral. The only difference in that is that the coverage begins 30 days from the date payments received on it.
All right. So now the AC unit goes down.
And after that 30 days.
After the 30 days.
Yes.
It goes down. I mean, you said 570 was a full replacement. I imagine there's some sort of deductible in there, right?
Service, so there is a service fee when the contractor goes to the home to $85.
Okay. So you're saying that technically you could replace the AC unit for that $85.
Yes. Would you like a home warranty?
Yeah. Are they paying a year in advance like they would their home policy, or they're paying monthly?
They do on the first year. They pay up front. So if it's going to closing, it's paid for at closing. If you're just a homeowner looking to get the warranty, it's paid for up front. And then the coverage begins 30 days after it's paid for up front.
Interesting.
Now, after that first year, we do give options. They can do like a monthly payment plan or a quarterly payment plan.
If you made a claim in that first year, like a homeowner's policy, for your fire hazard, you make a claim, it's not a good thing. How does the home warranty company do if you make that claim, you paid the first year, you're actually willing to renew, go into that 13th month or the whole second year, whatever it may be? Is there a policy adjustment because you made a claim like your normal homeowner's policy?
It doesn't have anything to do with whether you made the claim or not, but it does go up $50 to $60. Yeah,
for the year.
Yes, for the year.
For the year. Okay,
yeah, for on that second year.
Yeah. Okay. That's well, which makes so obvious because the longer you have the warranty, your appliances are that much older,
Right.
so that's a reasonable
Yeah.
expectation because catastrophe's coming sooner or later.
Yeah. But I always tell my agents, like always reach out if there's any questions or anything that I can do to help. And so with their customers, a lot of my agents know that, should that renewal go up on the second year or the third year or the fourth year, they call me direct and we've been able to get them first year renewal rates.
Do they prorate the if the appliance is, refrigerator, for example, you take on the policy and it's already 8 to 10 years old and maybe it lasts another couple of years. Are you prorating the replacement?
No.
You're actually full replacement.
Full replacement. And we do not have any age limitations.
How do they determine the equal value from the standpoint of a similar, obviously that fridge was bought 12 years ago. How do they calculate what value they're going to give it?
So we replace with the like kind. We look at the features, what features were on that particular appliance, or what.
I imagine they have it probably where they just put this code in now and it tells them.
That's right.
Like that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Another really great thing is like if the homeowner decides they want to upgrade from what they currently have, we'll make it happen. At our price, at our cost, and they can pay the difference.
Oh,
so
cool.
yeah.
Cool.
So
unreasonable fees. Consumers often complain of high and unexpected fees associated with their home warranty policy, including service fees, deductibles, and additional charges for uncovered repairs. Well, I imagine there would be additional charges for repairs. This is, got to be, like we said, that the service fee, like they come out, which is, if you called that company and said, I need a service call, it's $85 just to show up at the door.
Yes.
Right. So is that, with these complaints, is that some of the things, what is this complaint really, getting inside of it? What are they really complaining about?
Well, there are companies out there, let's take Freon, for example, that charge a certain amount for Freon. They cap Freon amount that they're going to cover. We don't do that. So those are unexpected fees for Freon replacement. There are companies that will go out, and so we offer an option in our plan for pre-season tune-ups where we go out twice a year. We'll clean the unit. It's a $25 option. We clean the unit, put the Freon in, change the filters, clean the coils. So another company would go out and they wouldn't cover the repair or the replacement of the unit if it was not kept, if it had not been maintained in the service. Yeah. And they don't offer the option to do that either. So I think that is upsetting to a lot of homeowners because number one, they didn't realize, hey, I didn't realize my unit wasn't, maybe they didn't check it. Maybe, so that's a right for a denial for a company not to make a repair
because they
replacement.
weren't maintaining it properly.
It wasn't maintained properly, or
right.
or the excess Freon, or there are limitations and exclusions in there, and those are the Freon is the most common, popular one of them all.
Yeah, being in Florida, it happens, and I imagine sometimes it doesn't need much, or sometimes they go out there and do that service call or maintenance call. And they're like, oh, it's not 100%. They can, but they go and top it off or whatever, whatever they do there. Or obviously other times it's like, the AC is not really working at 100% because it only has 10% of what it really should have as far as the Freon. Yeah.
And I think maybe sometimes homeowners are not, so it's an education process again with my agents that they, when they present it, that, they are aware that there is a service fee on there. So maybe if the customer was not aware that there is the service fee payable to the contractor at the time of service, that could be a reason maybe that generated.
Yeah, I imagine
so just
people
an
hear what they
educational
want to
process.
hear.
Yes.
Yeah. The reality is if you did not have a little blood in the game as far as paying that service fee, they would be more apt to call for some of the minorest things.
Exactly.
Yes. There's an expense to that.
Yeah.
Difficulty canceling policy. Some consumers reported difficulty in canceling their own warranty policies, either due to unclear cancellation policies and unresponsive customer service representatives. What is the cancel? We have a sale today. Whoever bought the home warranty. Well, I guess a lot of times if the seller is providing the home warranty, they generally are paying the first year.
Yes.
Typically.
That's correct.
Yeah. So that second year, I imagine as you start getting near the 12-month anniversary period, you're sending out saying, hey, you need to renew it. And this is what it's going to cost.
Yes.
Is there an automatic? I can't believe it's automatic renewal because the seller paid for it.
Right.
There's an automatic cancellation.
Yeah. Basically, if you don't pay, if they don't pay for the warranty, they don't have it.
Right.
So that's just that's how that works.
And obviously, it's in your best interest, Old Republic's best interest, to be reaching out to them and saying,
yes,
hey, let's keep you going.
And we do. We send out emails and snail mail. We have the 60, 45, and 15 days prior to the policy expiring. But you're right. Typically, the seller's paying for it. So maybe on the cancellation side, maybe let's say the buyer paid for it. And maybe the buyer's, for some reason, no longer wants the coverage. How we would handle that is they need to put it in writing. So we do verify who paid for it.
You'll give them a prorated portion back?
Yes. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Just a
for what you're
request.
paying, you said roughly $50 a month. It's not even $50 a month. You're prorating it back for the something you already paid to get back $100 maybe. I doesn't make any sense.
It's rare that we see it. It's rare that we get a request for cancellation.
Yeah, just let the policy run out if that's what it is. Limited contractor opt-in. Some consumers say they're limited in choice of contractors, which you've obviously covered here today, that they have the ability to use a company that obviously is verifiable, that they've got their stuff in order. So that's an easy one.
Having that contract relations department within our company is huge. I mean, that's everything for the customer.
Unsatisfactory repairs. Some consumers report the repairs made by the contractors arranged by the home warranty companies are unsatisfactory or incomplete. Obviously, I'm sure this comes up all the time because, there are humans out there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's not a perfect, sometimes it's not the perfect process. But what's important and why I'm out there so much in front of my agents is that I want them to know that should they ever have a complaint or something not go in the way it should go,
you're going to make that
I
call.
want to know about it.
Yeah.
Because if I know about it, I can do something about it.
Right.
So again, I tell my agents, always reach out to me. Let me know if there's an issue in the service.
I would imagine the way it's sold, because oftentimes, people just say, oh, well, we're including a home warranty. Okay. Well, they didn't get the details.
Yeah. You got to
have the details. Knew there was a home warranty and maybe probably got some brochure or closing maybe.
Yes.
But who
read
this
process that? Well.
Yeah. Well, it's just human nature. We just immediately, my wife loves this word, assume certain things. And if they really sat back and said, oh yeah, I do have to pay that service fee.
Right.
Even though I never read it, but it actually makes business sense. Why would they not have you contribute something towards it?
Yes.
Right? Especially for such an inexpensive number to go out and replace an air conditioning today. Oh my God. The cost of that right now, getting parts or whatever is crazy. Confusing policy language. Oh, this is where the assumption comes in. Some consumers some consumers report that the language in the home warranty policies is confusing or difficult to understand, leading to misunderstandings about coverage and exclusions. I imagine there is a frequently confused list. What are some of the top 2 or 3 things that most people get confused about a home warranty?
That it covers everything. They think that, let's say they have a dishwasher leak. Okay, it's damaged the floor. We don't cover the floor.
Right.
Broken windows. We don't cover the windows. We only cover the mechanical components of the home's systems and appliances. We don't do secondary damage. We don't do...
Not the 210 warranty for the builder who's specifically about structural.
2 separate warranties.
Yeah.
But yes, that's what the home warranty is designed to do, to replace those mechanical components and not like secondary damage or cracked glass or, cracked... Right.
I can imagine. Yeah, I mean,
the more expensive, the pricier things.
I'm trying to think, but I'm sure people. Yeah.
So
what else do they get confused about?
That's the biggest one. They think we cover everything in the home.
Like it's a blanket warranty.
It's not. And
stain on the carpet, I would imagine probably comes.
Yes, I get calls like that. Or I even get some calls, bug infestations. We don't cover that. We don't. There's companies that can, but that is the number one misconception.
All right. Because when they are given that home warranty, it's not like they bought it. So they often are not reading about it. They probably actually don't start reading about it until something actually does happen. Then they're pulling that up going, what do I do? What would be if you could get every real estate agent that sells Old Republic, get them to say say something to the homeowner to, I don't know, I want to say sell it better, but that's not really the word, but to inform them a little bit. What, you could imagine you're in front of real estate agents all the time, every week. You're telling them everything that you're telling me here now. Maybe you can give them this link and they can listen to our conversation here. Yeah. But obviously they just hear home warranty. They may pick up on a couple of things, maybe it's one of their customers, one of their buyers or sellers asked them a question and they either knew it or called you to get the answer. They'll remember that one, right? But they're not ready to just go off and start going on home warranties. They're just not, it's not their, they don't want us, they're not going to spend any time.
No, it's not their session.
But if there was something that you could plug into every single real estate agent, like a chip that they would remember something, what would you have them say? What is it that would like really hammer down on a lot of customer animosity, I guess? You know what I'm saying?
To the agent, I would say protect your customer and protect your referral business, because it truly is their referral business when something breaks down after closing that you just sold them. So I always tell them for the buy, if they're giving it to the buyer, it's budget protection. I mean, this is, we're in Florida. The HVAC, it might have looked good on inspection, had a couple issues on there, but protect yourself, protect your expenses.
Well, you put them through that training class. I mean, typically when you go into a group of realtors, maybe, just like you did at Berkshire Hathaway years ago, and they're going to, I see a lot of real estate offices, they'll have their little things, home warranty companies that they endorse or they refer. But so you do a little training.
Yes.
What is the one thing that you would want every real estate agent in
budget protection? I'm telling you, it's budget protection.
So you want them to sell that angle to it.
Absolutely. Protect yourselves, because you don't know which, this is it's their largest investment, You
think that's the biggest,
it's a buyer's largest investment. Absolutely. Protect it. Protect your investment.
Well, obviously we'll go there because when air conditioning right now is out of control.
Yes.
Due to our circumstances, and you can go a cold night in Florida, but you cannot go a hot night.
No, you cannot.
I remember ours went out. This is like 10 years. I remember my son was only, if he was a year or two old at the time. So obviously if the house is large enough in Florida for you guys, a lot of times you'll have 2 air conditionings and the smaller one for the upstairs area. And, we went up and we slept upstairs because that was the only
camp out.
Yeah, camp out. Exactly what we did. I still have a picture of him holding his tropical smoothie.
And you don't forget it. You never forget when that AC goes out. So that's why I tell you, make sure you're offering it to the buyer that is. Yeah.
Well, and I heard her story, recently, probably in the last 6 months. My wife was telling me, I think it was my sister-in-law, had AC unit go, and they were like blown away by the cost right now to replace them. So for $600 a year, $570 a year, it's that's no brainer. It's the last complaint here that we know: non-renewal renewal of policies. Some consumers report that home warranty policies are not renewed by the company either due to cost or frequency of claims.
And that is true. I might have had 4 or 5 come through this year, but we've spent in excess of $15,000 on the policy. So they will send out a do not renewal to the homeowner. If the homeowner steps up or if they reach out to their agent and the agent's upset, why are you renewing my client? We take a second look at the plan, and we do offer renewal ultimately. But if we don't hear back, then we don't renew them.
All right. So let's talk about the actual homeowner here. In their position, you're advising them because obviously you don't want their policy to renew. I imagine there's some people that they're going to abuse it. There's some people that probably had legitimate claims. The home warranty came with that older house where the AC unit went, which could have been $15,000 right there. But the, washer and dryer or the dishwasher or fridge went. Anyway, they hit this point, but they were legit claims. And you probably are on a case-by-case basis, obviously seeing that. The homeowner that is I'm slacking from using the word abuse, but that's technically I'm sure the language that's used in the home office type of thing. What are some things that you're seeing people make claims on that maybe they should think twice about? Is that really a legitimate claim? You know what I'm saying? they're making claims on something and then they're getting canceled and they're complaining about it. Well, because you're making claims on stuff that really shouldn't be making a claim on. What do you see?
Well, I think what you're getting at maybe is a situation where there was a lot of items in the home that was not working properly to begin with.
Oh.
Yes. And so we will get flooded with those calls quickly, for those things that were never working to begin with. And I mean, we are very good about taking care of our paying those claims. We are we pay our claims, and so
because you want to make the real estate agent happy.
That's
That's your
right.
go-to
That's right.
person, and you kind of got in you got in a situation where you did warranty a house that had a lot of older
had a lot
appliances.
of issues that they probably were even caught on the the inspection report. We don't request inspection reports because there are companies out there, warranty companies, that they live by the inspection report. If it was noted on the inspection report, it's not working. We aren't even coming out to cover it. We don't do that. We still go out and look at the claim. And a lot of times you'll have just a lot of, dishwasher, the refrigerator, the AC, just
Every
all
month
at once.
something else.
Or just even in the same week after we get that. We truly get that. So that's where you see the abuse of the warranty coming into.
I imagine you do get something like that. We're
get a lot.
We're really within the first 30 days, they want all their appliances replaced.
And statistically, the claims occur within those first 30 to 60 days is when we get most of the calls, is within the first 30 to 60 days.
Oh, that's interesting. And imagine that's a very touchy situation.
It is.
You want to keep was it a legit claim? You're sending your guy out and he's giving you, as probably any doctor or lawyer, they kind of actually really don't tell you.
Yeah.
They hint towards it, but don't actually say you should not pay for this claim because that's not their decision to make.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. Imagine that can be stressful on your customer service reps and
it
dealing
is.
with those things because, the seller paid for it. So let's go get all new appliances.
Yes. And then think about the situation. So they then, if for some reason we're not covering, they reach out to the agent. So now you got the agent involved that, you're supposed to cover this and this, and we thought you covered everything. I do get involved if that's the case, and step up and do what we can within the terms and conditions of the home warranty.
Okay.
But that's where you see the abuse.
How do you handle that? How does Angela handle that?
Well, we do have terms and conditions in our warranty, but we are truly people that are helping people and want to do the right thing. So, we certainly give everyone the benefit of the doubt. If it's an agent that has used me for some time, that gives us a lot of business, and we don't, because there are some folks that will abuse and just use the warranty on property that they know that needs the warranty, and they don't offer it on all properties. So you know who those people are. So that is a factor in determining whether let's move forward, take care of the claims.
Do we eat this one because of our referral partner?
Yes.
Or we got the one-off, the one-off that's trying to get the.
That's right. That's right.
Interesting.
Right.
Well, that any business person would do that.
Yeah.
That's logical sense.
Sure.
So, I would imagine you've done this long enough. I would think that you win more than you lose because you're still here and doing it. But I imagine there's probably been some agents who, the situation has come up and obviously they immediately, throw you under the bus.
Yes.
So to speak.
That could happen.
Yeah.
That could happen.
Imagine you have lost. Well, you obviously lost a referral partner that you really long-term didn't want anyway.
That's right.
Really
that's right.
That's the summary
That's
of
exactly how we look at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. You really think about it in way people think and so forth. Let's talk about your best referral partners that are doing it ideally for. Are they just simply as a gesture, as the buyer's representative? Is it something they're just including with every one of their deals? Or they they just blanketly like, hey, you're getting an Old Republic home warranty from me on your new home, period, no matter they're selling 1 or 10 homes a month?
Every brokerage and realtor does it differently. When I'm in the office, I encourage them, make sure it's in your contract, when that you're presenting it to buyers that, hey, we're offering a home warranty, or you've got the option to buy a home warranty, or maybe the agent's providing the home warranty, but it should be documented somewhere that if they don't want the home warranty and it's not being provided, that they decline the coverage. Cover yourself. But either way, so just as long as it's being offered to the buyer.
Are you, maybe you can't disclose this or not, I don't know. If this agent's buying it versus the homeowner? Are they getting a little 10% discount or anything like that? Or they would pay the same?
It's the same price. Yeah,
Same
it's the
price.
same price.
Okay. Some of the sellers are doing, some of the buyer's agent. Give me I know you have some success stories we haven't told. Do you have any off the top of your head? Because I'm just throwing this out there because we talked about stories. You must have a couple really good success stories in your head that agents have come back to you and said, "Thank God we got that warranty."
Yeah, just like last weekend, I had a broker call me. Let's get the facts straight. So they closed on Friday. Okay, it was a new agent. They closed. They had requested a home warranty. It was not collected or paid for or ordered. It was not ordered. And here it is Saturday, and there is a plumbing pipe leak.
Step back.
Closed Friday. Plumbing.
They walk in the house Friday afternoon after they're closing. Yep. They're in there one night.
Saturday rolls around. There's a plumbing pipe leak. A new agent's like, oh my goodness, reaches out to his broker, and which I have a good relationship with their brokerage, have a good relationship with that broker. We've done business for years. Angela, is there anything you can do? I was able to, because it was requested that the home warranty be provided. It just, nobody ordered it. Nobody followed through. And this is really common at Tracy. We get this a lot. Yeah, the warranty was never ordered.
Angela only has so many call corporate office to say, cover me.
Yeah. So, but we do. We will, if we see that the warranty was requested, that, they agreed that they were going to take out the home warranty, we honor it. We still will provide the coverage, send out the contractor, and that's what we did. We were able to get an emergency contractor out there over the weekend. And that was the most recent success story.
Right. Now, obviously, yeah, that's a good success story. Win-win. Well, Old Republic, I imagine, because they paid for the whole first year policy at that moment in time.
Yeah.
From that standpoint, but the integrity to cover the agent. And I think that just by telling that story, what I'm getting after it, I think the agents that might be listening, that you are agent centered, like you said, that you don't sell direct to the public. I can't go on there as a consumer with an existing home right now and go on over a public site and say, I want a home warranty today.
Right.
You are agent centered. And talk about, I know some great movers. Obviously, know Pete and Brenda, 2 men in a truck. I'm sure you run into them at different events, and they are agent centered. They get referred by an agent. They
That's our bread and butter.
They put that customer up front, even though they do show up when they're supposed to show up at time, but they make sure their best guys are on it. And that's business. And that's what you're focused on. And that agent who was involved directly, and I know the broker appreciates you.
Yes.
That agent should be paying for that warranty now for every single, for the rest of the year.
And that was like, that was a messy scene with a plumbing pipe leak. But a lot of times it's a quick fix. Like just, when you move into a new home, there's things that go wrong.
I think it's like driving a car. People go in, they change the AC. The AC is used to running at this level for that homeowner. They go in and change it now to this level.
That's
and a week later, something goes wrong because it's not used to running at that level.
Yes. And we know that. So what happens is when a homeowner calls in, we actually have it if it's within like the first 2 weeks, 14 days. I don't remember, but we have a quick fix department. So they call in, and if we think it's something that's just a quick fix, we send them over there and we walk them through it. And a lot of times it is.
So you have some people who have, let's say, technology experience, but the experience in walking them through, whether it's reset the thermostat or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Just a breakage before having to call. That's an awesome little ad right there in the quick fix department.
It's awesome. It's a great department. We have a lot of success with it. I get a lot of feedback on that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, that's very interesting. Let's finish up with just we talked about, everyone knows the basic appliances. Your dishwasher, your ovens, your washer and dryers, refrigerators, air conditionings. What else am I missing?
Your hot water heater, your garbage disposals, your garage door openers.
You forget about the garbage disposal underneath this.
Yes. Another, we color ceiling fans, toilets, toilet rings. One of the big things, though, that a lot of folks don't realize that we cover is our rekey service. We go out there as soon as a homeowner closes. They can call us. We dispatch a locksmith, go out there and we rekey up to 6 of the locks and provide 4 copies of the key per lock. included in all of our plans. So
What?
yes, that's our Rekey coverage. Yep, there's only one other company out there that provides it, but they ask for the customer to pay out of pocket and file for reimbursement. We cover it in the plan.
So that homeowner that has up to 5,000 square feet is paid $570.
Yes.
Is going to get rekeyed. That right there is a couple $100 right there.
Absolutely, that's right. And agents forget about they again. So my job is to go into the home warranty is a fabulous tool for all parties involved. But a lot of folks, because they have these common complaints that you've seen, we pulled up online, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't want to apply to Older Public, but it's important that agents are educated on the warranty so that they can pass that to their buyers. And it's a win-win for everyone.
I brought that up because there are common complaints that cross the board, and they want a bunch of all warranty companies in the same. Yeah. So how you answered separates you from the rest, addressing that. But man, that right there just... that's easily a couple $100.
It makes sense
to rekey the house. That's that's a great closing gift.
It is a great closing gift. You're giving them something of value.
Yeah.
I tell my agents, reach out to that customer after they close. Remind them they've got that,
the schedule the rekey guy is going to come over and rekey. Yeah, 100%.
But that doesn't normally happen because they forget the services in there, or they don't know about it because they didn't let me in their office to explain the benefits of the warranty.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
I would almost like resell. Yes, well, I imagine you probably do in some way, shape, or form. Hey, if your customer buys the 1 year thing, we're going to come over and rekey them in your name.
Yeah,
that's like a no-brainer. Oh my God.
Yeah, the warranty these so many different ways, but yes, it's
Well, most customers aren't. Although they think some people will do it like before they even actually move in. Some will just forget.
Yes.
But the ones that forget or just whatever, don't have that security sense of mind, the fact that you're doing it for them, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah. It's in all of our buyers' plans.
That's better than going out and giving them a $100 Home Depot gift certificate.
That's right.
Oh my, wow. That's a no brainer, Angel. What is let's finish up with this here for just a couple of minutes. We market to the same people. What are some things that you're doing on a daily basis? Obviously you're trying to acquire new business, but also stay top of mind and keep reminding the agents, because we have some agents that are obviously doing several transactions a month, that have maybe several transactions a year out there, but obviously you're going around and touching them. What's your kind of 30,000 foot level game plan of how you plan, or, I don't know if it all comes from Old Republic or a mixture of you, Old Republic, or it's all you, because you've been doing it for a while. So I imagine they take a lot of your input on what's working and what's not. But how do you plan out your month, really? Because I imagine that's what you're doing, that you're working out a month events to make sure you're hitting those events. So tell us what you're doing behind the scenes as a sales rep, account rep for Old Republic.
Sure. Well, I think new agent training for larger brokerages is something that I do every month. Get them when they're fresh, they're new, they're learning the business. They need to understand the importance of the home warranty, the value of the home warranty. So I do a lot of new agent trainings. They're on the calendar, and they're, most larger brokerages have them. So I do that. And then for my existing agents, I get that application report. I see who's sending business my way. I'll shoot them a quick text saying, thank you. I'm here if I can be of assistance to your customers, because we want to take the monkey off their back should there be an issue. However, we want to also, I want the agent to know that we're here for their customer to answer the questions, that they don't have to do that, send them my way. So I just remind them of that. I go to a lot. I think COVID changed the way we used to do business. I used to walk into offices. I had a route. Had a route. I would walk in.
Women have that ability. They don't like guys. They don't like the ugly old guys.
I walk in. I say hi. I walk through the office, and how are you doing? Thank you for your business. We also used to do postcards that claim updates that I get delivered like every week. So I would go through these offices in my top brokerages and deliver claim cards personally, saying, hey, look what we saved the Joneses. We just did an AC repair. We don't do that anymore. So that's, we still keep them posted, but it's an email. They're getting an email.
I just said a deep marketing idea, but go ahead.
So with that being said, that's when, the social events come into play, because that's where I'm going to see most of the agents, at the social events. So I'm very active with the Board of Realtors and all of the councils, our Beaches Council, our Mandarin Council, Southwest. I attend all the events. They're fun, and it's just good one-on-one time with agents. And they know that I'm there to support them and their
Right. Well,
organization.
you must love it. I mean, obviously not everyone can do that.
Yes.
I mean, everyone would like to be able to do that, but not everyone always has the personality or the comfortability. You know, some people are uncomfortable, you know, especially initially meeting people.
Yeah.
I'm generally pretty shy initially. And then after, you know, we shake hands, we could just start talking and I'll just talk. But it's actually saying hi or something initially that's, you know, but you obviously, you know, you're approachable and you're in your zone. That's what you love doing. I came up with an interesting, you know, what would be a great, as the agents are doing they're recommended, and some of the top agents are doing their marketing reports, is actually sit down each, you know, month. I would love to do it. Just go live like we are right now and tell some stories of the previous month, some claims that were made.
Oh, absolutely.
And the success stories.
Yes.
I think that would be really cool.
I think that would be really cool too.
Yeah. We could stream it and then share it. And
I would love to do that, Tracy.
Yeah.
That's a great idea because we do. I get weekly cards that show the claims that are paid out, and specifically, you know,
in your zone, or to the agents that are listening to you. That is awesome.
Yes. So,
like I said, as I said, facts tell, stories sell.
They do,
and the agents have to hear these stories of, you know, like I said, someone has. I mean, imagine you probably have one right now. You're probably thinking about it. Something recent where literally was a truly legit claim. The AC went and there was thousands of dollars, but because they had the warranty, it was taken care of.
Yes. Yeah, we do that daily.
Yeah.
That's how we roll daily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the homeowner's like, oh my God, I want to pay for my warranty for the next 5 years.
Yeah. What's so important is like, and I just can't stress enough to our realtors is that you take credit for offering because you're the one that saved them the money. You know, you offered that home warranty. We went out and took care of it. So stay in touch with that customer, take credit for it.
Angela, I'm glad you came on.
Oh,
enjoyed the conversation, getting to know you a little bit.
Yes,
and I think we dug into home warranties really well.
I think we did.
People can listen to this and really get some inside ball of what's going on and why it's important.
It is very important.
You could stand up in front of a classroom for 30 minutes and go on and like, yeah, whatever. But when you start digging into these things, and especially, you know, you went through the drill. I had the 10 complaints on there. You didn't flinch, and just tells you what kind of representative you got behind Old Republic here in Northeast Florida.
Proud to represent Old Republic.
Excellent.
And I appreciate you. Thank you, Tracy.
Yes, ma'am.